You know, I just want to be a rock star. I really just want to rock, just every day. I don't really care what scale it's on. I would like it to be a higher scale, but I just really want to rock.
I just want to rock.
I don't really care about being a rock star, to be honest with you. All that I want to do every day for the rest of my life is to play music, every single day.
Play drums for the rest of my life. I've always wanted to, and I always will, rock out for the rest of my entire life. These drums aside, my future wife, if I have kids or not, my drums are the one main thing that I will always have, and my drums are the only thing that I will ever play, instrument-wise, and I always will rock out.
The difference is actually kind of help us more than they put on. 'Cause I mean, we might have like our little bickering here and there, but that's typical. We usually get along really well, and it usually helps us. When somebody comes up with an idea from their perspective, we usually go with it.
No matter what people might think about you, just kind of doing your thing, and really just showing who you are and what you're about. No matter like what people are into these days, it's always good just to play your own music, not try to sound like other people, and not be afraid to sound different.
Bands. They make hit records, go on world tours, and play in front of thousands of people. They buy big houses and own expensive cars. People in bands are some of the most well-renowned and recognizable people on the planet. We see bands glorified in the media day after day, month after month, and year after year. But how does it all happen? What happens before a band makes a hit record and goes on world tours and makes lots of money? That is the story worth telling. How a real band forms. This is the story of how the band Shadowplay is involved in their local music community.
I'm John Sellers, and I'm the bass player for Shadowplay.
I'm like the front man, the guy you see moving around on stage all the time.
I'm George. I play guitar.
I play guitar.
My role in the band is just to play drums, obviously, keep time.
For about 8th grade, me and Andrew, that's when me and Andrew were first officially in the band together.
We pretty much formed the band with this kid, Vince.
Then the next school year, freshman year, George came along, and we had our drummer Vince at the time, so it was just us four for a while. Then we got Zach right about the end of freshman year, early sophomore year.
This kid, Zach, to play bass.
And Zach was with us for a little bit, but then Zach left later sophomore year, and we got John, the winner of junior year. Vince left.
And we got Tim to play drums, who's in the band now.
You're listening to some of our music right now to help us practice for the show we're playing. What's our estimated time of arrival? I think so.
So this is an interesting show we're about to play. How many people are going to be here tonight?
I don't know. It's their CD release show, so it should be like a decent amount of people, hopefully.
Wait,
and we go on right. I think we go on.
Do I get a CD?
Yeah, you get a free CD.
It's a pretty intricate process when Shadowplay has to play a show. We have to, find out who's taking us to the show, coordinate rides, like that kind of stuff. A lot of times, some of our shows are a little far away.
I have me, my friend John, and anyone else in the band that helps out, and if they want to break down my set, that takes about like 10-15 minutes of our time.
For every show, Shadowplay, we pack up all of our stuff normally like the night before.
We play a show. It's a pretty crazy experience because there's a lot that has to go down and a lot of packing up to do. Got to figure out how to get there.
Honestly, we are pretty late to most of the shows.
We always think we're prepared, but then always something stupid always happens. It usually doesn't detract from how good we do. We usually do a really good job when we play.
So, can I get like a little, how do you feel about this song?
This is easily one of my top 2 favorite Shadowplay songs.
So fun.
That's cool because we recorded 2.
Wish I had that video.
My particular favorite part is Corky. I think Corky does a great job on this one. A lot of great vocalizations. I like the low part, the low part, and then the high falsetto part. Whew. You want to hear it? You should check it out.
Hey dude, I want to go CD.
I'm sure you think that you don't really matter.
Is that you?
But in the eyes of many you are.
That's what we call in the business octaves. It's awesome.
Actually, what have we got like so far?
We're pretty much there with the mix.
Okay.
We got all the sounds up. We got everything almost where we want to be. We'll probably do some automation right now. We need to tweak the guitar solo a little bit.
Yeah.
There's some guitars. There's a lot of vocals. There's probably 6 tracks of vocals, so might have to do a little magic in there. But we should probably get to it sooner than later.
Let's do that.
So let's give a listen to where we are.
Dave, that's awesome.
It's all awesome.
Awesome
Honestly,
technology.
Shadowplay is my new favorite band. You should go check them out as soon as possible before they blow up and they just don't have any time for you anymore. That lead guitar part will come up right there, right at the end of the vocals, right?
Yeah.
You want that lead part?
That's like the solo. Yeah, that needs to be up. Yeah.
Oh, I yeah, seriously.
Little vocal poke.
Something like that.
A little less oomph on the vocals.
Pull back the.
You think we should
Joey,
put any
see one-
effects in the
one-
vocals?
one-
Like reverb or what? What's going on?
Is there any reverb?
Yeah, can we do some reverb?
Oh, that's you?
On everything?
Not on everything, but you know.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
More reverb on the vocal?
On
Those
yeah,
are
whichever
straight
one
ghetto.
is considered the main.
Sorry.
Yeah, like the
Oh,
main
track.
tracks.
Yeah.
Reverb on everything. What's this
Key
Shadowplay thing?
main track.
Like a bit of a delayish reverb.
A bit of like delayish reverb.
Delayish reverb.
Delayish.
Sure.
Very faint.
Delayish.
You know, like
It's
like
very
it,
technical.
it should be one of those things.
Technical terms, man.
It should be one of those things like you know how like if you listen to a certain song over and over again, you might after like 20 listens, like on your 20th, you'll like notice something about like effects that you didn't notice before. It should blend in kind of like that.
You listen to it too much.
Yeah, you listen to it, you're like, oh, I never noticed that before. It kind of makes it even more interesting.
When you go in the studio, you kind of have to have all your stuff down like really, really good because you're paying for the studio time, so you don't want to be losing money, first of all. And second of all, it just makes the recording process a lot easier.
Then we have to stop once in a while because it doesn't sound right, or we just don't feel the song, or someone went off timing. And
We get together, we work on all the songs. Typically there's some last minute ideas that are thrown in there.
When we go into the studio, we typically have the songs done, but we always have some cool things that we might think of right at the last second, like little like studio things that you would only be able to do in the studio.
When you record, you can add so much more stuff in there you can't normally do live, like lots of guitar tracks and all that. So that really adds to the sound of the band, and what you hear live isn't necessarily what the song actually sounds like.
Well, we play shows. That's the main thing. We network with people at shows. That we play with a lot of other bands. We've played with some really awesome bands.
We got a MySpace That's become pretty popular. Got a lot of friends on there. There's a YouTube channel. They have some fans on Facebook.
Another thing that we try to do is connect with other bands that we play with, because in general it's just good to have a community of all the local bands.
And we usually, whenever we meet anybody, we usually try to send them our MySpace page. We have songs up there. We usually have videos up on YouTube too. We tell people to check out our videos.
You know, we just network with bands, and that's how we kind of get more shows, is, you know, just playing the shows that we already have, and then, like, you know, seeing what's up with the other bands, and, like, talking to those bands, and, you know, getting shows from them, because they have other shows booked, and a lot of times other acts need more acts to play along with them so they can get more people to come to the show.
Usually, it's not how we network, it's usually how other people who can help us out see us how we are. Some guys will come up and they happen to be with a radio station or a connector, like a connection with the radio station, and they'll come over, they'll interview us, then they'll just ask us questions.
And then we'll do like flyers and go to other shows that we're not necessarily playing at that we'll like promote our show at, and just talk to everyone, just like, you know, make sure everyone knows about our shows.
We have little slips of paper usually and flyers. We even had business cards at sometimes that we send out to people, give them to everybody, and just make sure that they follow us.
We meet a lot of new people who come out again to see us, and then, you know, the more people you meet, like, the more success you'll get, the farther you'll get, and it's really about who you know in the business to really make it successful.
Really, it depends, I guess, whoever comes down the path. There's just, the better they are known, the bigger we can get, you know. We want to talk to those people, get out to them, because we really want to go somewhere with this.